All right, so we're gonna jump back into the story then, uh, and let me turn to the right page. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a recap of what happened last time. You guys were at an inn called the Golden Stag, and there was a fight that broke out between supporters of the Queen and supporters of the Children of the Light, or White Cloaks, as you would call them if you're not fans of them. And during this fight, a room was broken into, and some Trollocs were in there. Trollocs are monsters that look like half animals, half humans, and they kidnapped somebody. Um, so I'm going to read the little description of the event that happened right at the end. The growing crowd parts to reveal a thin, hawk-nosed man, a little stooped and just shy of middle age, as he approaches from the rear of the inn. You recognize him as Bennett, the stable master of the Golden Stag Inn, who lives in a room above the shed. Is it true, he pants? His eyes search past you at the wrecked door of the shed. There were Trollocs here? Light save me, it is true. Calm Ben. Calm down, Ben, Master Farron, the innkeeper says, gripping Bennett by the shoulder. They were here, but they're gone now. Thank the light. We're all safe and sound. But they said, Bennett waves aimlessly back towards the inn. Someone said they took her, that they put her in a sack. Is it true? Did the Trollocs take Cyrene? Now, if you remember, you guys killed one of the Trollocs, and he is still in the stable yard where there were some tables set up because the inn was so full that there wasn't enough room inside. Oh, cool. Damon joined. Welcome. I will introduce you in a couple minutes, Damon. Okay. So you have a dead Trolloc. You have and you have this gentleman who's like, "Oh, they kidnapped my daughter." The crowd breaks up and they start looking the stables and the shed and the yard for any signs of this gentleman's daughter. It becomes quickly obvious to anybody that she's gone. Nobody can find her, and you guys obviously saw the Trollocs kidnap her. So, um, some hushed speculation on her fate drifts through the remaining crowd. It runs from gruesome to worse, and Farron, the innkeeper, turns to you once again, and he says, "You've done much already, and I fear to ask more of you. But well, she's just a little girl, and she's all that poor Bennett has. Blind me, since her mother died, we've all sort of adopted her. She's like a daughter to the entire inn." Bennett pauses to wipe the sweat from his forehead, and he says, "We're outside the city walls, and it always takes some time to call the guard down here. The trail grows colder by the minute. Won't you help her quickly while there's still time?" And so at this point, you guys can kind of take control of the narrative.
So let's see. Well, we saw them carrying away a sack. I don't think we knew what was in it at the time, right?
We knew it was a person.
Did we?
Humanoid form.
Well,
I think we should go rescue her. I think we should kill these Trollocs because they're evil and they're kidnappers and they need to be killed. Let's go kill them.
Let's run after
well, yeah,
them.
they're basically furries.
Because you guys are kind of like taking a little bit of time amongst yourself, the innkeeper steps up and he says, he doesn't have much, but he does have some money he can offer. And then Bennett, the stable master whose daughter this is, comes up and says, I only have so much money, but it's my daughter and I love her. I can give you my life savings. It's all I have. If you can bring her back.
So, hey, random strangers, do you want to come help me kidnap this or save this kidnapped person?
Yeah,
can
for
this
some
guy
dude's
being the
entire
stable master
savings.
Can this guy being the stable master provide us horses
Does
so
he
we
have
can track them down faster?
So
Yeah.
he kind of scrunches up his hat and says, he just tends the horses that the guests bring in. They don't actually own any horses at this inn.
No Uber. Got it.
The crowd, about 3 dozen people, servants, guests, some other onlookers are crowded into the stable yard. Some are kind of expecting the Trolloc. He smells terribly. You can really smell the stink of just animal coming from it. And a lot of people are looking at you expectantly. Merchants, travelers, and refugees. Nobody else seems to have the weapons or skills to track and face down these monsters. So,
I mean, if there's money involved, let's go do this.
Hey, as long as someone's willing to clean up this body, I'm willing to get out of here.
I mean, I'm not going to touch it, but somebody should do it.
Well, obviously, we'd be leaving it behind, unless you want to bring it with us for some reason.
Well, I mean, we should just make sure that, there isn't a great sword inside of it.
I mean, what kind of animals are they mixed with? Is it like part pig? Can I make bacon out of it?
so
Yes.
you looking at it,
We ain't got time for that.
while the thought crosses your mind, you definitely realize that it would be repulsive to do so. This particular one looks like a half goat, half man.
Oh, gross. Okay, I'm going to go on the trail of the Trolloc kidnapper. Come on, guys, let's do it.
Okay,
Let's.
I'll go. I'll help.
I'm climbing out from under the table, like, yeah, let's do that.
I killed one. I could probably kill two more at least.
So, Damon, if you want to introduce yourself now would be a great time. If you want to wait a little bit, that's fine too. There's another point, and that'll come up that will be also pretty natural for you to join in.
Okay, so we're like, so what was we doing? We were like in an inn, talking to the
Yep.
innkeeper, right? And they had what were these things called?
Trollocs.
Trollocs.
All right, so I'm just kind of in the corner trying to enjoy my drink, and I see this issue kind of, this problem brewing, and kind of step in to help out.
Regular Strider type.
I don't know what you mean by that there, buddy.
That's fine. So the first book in this series is actually heavily criticized for being a little too much like The Lord of the Rings. So that's actually a pretty apropos comparison. That being said, all right, so this stranger who didn't help during the fight now steps up to join you guys.
Oh, look, someone's now showing up when there's money involved.
Yeah, look at you not helping with the fight.
I mean, really, I just needed a little bit of a buzz first. That liquid courage really helps out.
I can't wait for you to be drunkenly casting spells. You're the best.
Well, if you want to hide, I can do that.
I'm good at hiding.
All right. So after he introduced himself, did you want to give a description or a name, or just?
Yeah, my name is Dagon. Just regular dude hanging out. I don't have much of a description right now.
All right, that works. So at this point, as you guys turn to set out, the crowd parts and a stooped figure shuffles towards you. A murmur of disgust ripples through the crowd as a stooped shape, more a filthy pile of rags than a man, pushes its way towards you. That filthy beggar again, Master Farron exclaims. He's been hanging around for 2 days now. He turns towards the shuffling mound. I told you to stay away from the stag, you vermin. Now get, or I'll have Bennett set the dogs on you. The beggar cringes, if such a wretched creature could possibly stoop deeper. But he doesn't turn. I saw, the man croaks. In the alley there. I saw the creature pass. I can lead you. Master Farron's scowl turns to astonishment. You saw where they went? He turns back to you guys and says, the beggar can lead you. Hurry, please, save her.
I pat this guy in the back, say, lead the way, friend.
His clothes feel filthy.
Oh, yeah. I secretly wipe
For
my
sure.
hand off on my pants. I don't want him to see, though, because, I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Like, okay, yeah, show us. Let's go.
All right. So the stoop form of the beggar leads you guys out into the road and down the street, around the corner, and past the alleyway entrance where you saw the Trollocs run off. He doesn't say anything, and just kind of leads you this time. and he kind of stops here for a second to get his bearings, and then he sets off down the road. He takes you outside the city, and 600 or so feet from where you guys started out. That's an odd number, but okay. Odd way to describe distance. But yeah, so he leads you out of the city, down some streets, and about, like I said, if you have any sense of direction, it was about 600 or so feet from where you were. He points at a hedgerow. About a quarter mile down the field, you can see the hedgerow goes into a stand of trees. What are you guys doing?
So this is where you saw them go, no further?
He kind of snuffles at you and so doesn't really say anything.
I'm going to give him one of my trail rations, and I say, thank you for the help, friend.
His hand darts out, grabs it, and stashes it among. You don't see where.
Just into the filth. I look to my companions here. Well, hope no one's afraid of the dark.
Yeah, it is the night, so it is a little dark out. Are you guys asking him any questions or just moving on with this?
Blindly following him into the dark.
Yeah.